Fall is in the air. Have you seen pumpkins everywhere like I have? So I've been thinking about pumpkins, so I've got to make something. And today, what I'm going to make is spiced pumpkin cupcakes topped with maple cream cheese frosting. And for some of you, this will be super important. It is gluten-free, and you're going to love it. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I can't wait to show you this cupcake. It is moist and creamy and flavorful and delicious. So I'll be right back. So let's go over our ingredients and get started. All right, over here in this dish, I've got some gluten-free flour, all-purpose flour from Trader Joe's, and pretty much any one of those will work, even regular flour if you don't care about the gluten-free part. Over here, I've got some pumpkin, also from Trader Joe's, and it just has pumpkin, no added spices or anything like that. Then I've got some rice dream here, just a milk substitute. I have regular sugar and brown sugar here, and then back here, I have xanthen gum. Now that is a thickener for sauces and gravies, and for our gluten-free baking, it's going to help keep all the little particles together, so it works really well. I have a little salt, baking powder, baking soda, some cinnamon, nutmeg, and I have some vanilla extract, some apple cider vinegar, which is going to activate with that baking soda and keep things nice and light. And here I've got some coconut oil, and I've got it in a dish of warm water to keep it liquid. I want it not to solidify. So coconut oil tends to solidify below, say, 75 degrees. Now for our maple cream cheese frosting, we're gonna need some cream cheese and the butter, which I'm leaving out to soften up so it's nice and it'll be easy to mix together. And my butter is just regular salted butter. I know some of you are going to ask me that. And we have some powdered sugar, a little bit of real maple syrup here, not the imitation stuff. And then we're going to get most of our maple flavor from this imitation maple flavor is what it's called. And over here we've got some pecans, which are optional. If you like to add a little bit in there on top, we'll sprinkle them on top if you want to. So to start off, I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees, and you'll probably hear the little beep go off when it's hot enough. And we're gonna start by kind of separating our ingredients. We have our wet ingredients and we have our dry ingredients, and this is really important to follow. So in this big bowl here, I've got my flour, which we started with, and I'm gonna combine the dry ingredients, and I'm gonna break up the brown sugar to make sure it really gets dissolved in there. And then we'll add our sugar, baking soda and powder, the salt and the xanthan gum, pour everything in, the cinnamon and the nutmeg, and then I'm just gonna blend everything. I want everything really blended because once we add the liquid to the dry ingredients, we wanna stir this very, very little. Okay, so now that looks like it's really well mixed. We're gonna move on to our wet ingredients. Now for our wet ingredients, I'm gonna place everything in this bowl over here. We'll start with our pumpkin, the rice dream, my coconut oil, vanilla extract, and the apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna take a whisk and just combine that up. All right, so now that we've got our wet mixture combined, we're gonna pour it into the dry mixture and just stir it until it's combined. Do not over-mix. All right, so I'm just gonna fold this in until all the dry ingredients are now moist. All right, so that should do it. So now I'm gonna try an ice cream scoop. This one's a little bit large. I'm gonna get me a smaller one, but a nice ice cream scoop would be great to, just fill these up, and we wanna fill them 2/3 of the way. So I have, of course, my cupcake papers in here. And that should do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these up. And I'll show you the next step as soon as we're done. All right, so we got our last one filled here. And like I said, I got my oven preheating, 350. These are gonna go in the oven, in the middle of the oven, for about, now ovens vary obviously, so about 18 to 25 minutes, it just depends. So we'll check it then, and the way we check it is we're gonna take a toothpick, stick it in the center, and it should come out clean. I'm checking the cupcakes now at 18 minutes. So I've got my toothpick, and I'm gonna place it into the center. That one came out clean, but I gotta test a few of them because, all right, I think I'm gonna go 1 minute longer. I see a little bit of rawness there, so I'm gonna go ahead and place these in 1 more minute. I took the cupcakes out of the pan and now they're cooling right here on my little cooling rack. And we want to make sure that they're completely cool before we add our cream cheese frosting. So I'm going to go ahead and start mixing that. I have my butter in the bowl here and I'm going to add the cream cheese. And we want to mix this and combine these two first so that they're fully incorporated. All right, so that looks like that's completely mixed together, which is what you want to do. And now I'm going to add the maple flavoring. So we're going to add a teaspoon of this, and you're going to see it's going to make my cream cheese change color a little bit. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of the maple syrup. Now we're going to blend this up. All right, so once everything looks fully incorporated, the color is, the same everywhere, we're going to start adding our powdered sugar. Now this is where you get to, make it the way you like it. I don't like it super sweet, so I may not even add all of this. And this is where you get to, mix it up and have a little taste. That's the fun part. So I'm going to add a couple of big scoops and see how that goes. All right, so make sure you scrape down your bowl, and I'm going to give this a little taste. Now for me, that's perfect. Man, I can taste the maple, and I can taste the cream cheese, and I can taste the sweetness, and that's where I like it. This is a little bit soft, so what I'm gonna do is put it in the refrigerator for 5 to 10 minutes, let it firm up a little bit before I put it into my piping bag, which I have right here, set up and ready to go, and then we'll frost the cupcakes. All right, everything's cooled off, the cupcakes are cool, so now I'm gonna place some of this frosting into my bag here. Now, if any of you want a tutorial on how to set up a piping bag, just let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to do that for you. Now, if you don't have a piping bag or you just don't want to do this, you could just take a knife and butter up your cupcakes. It's nice having it in a glass. It holds the piping bag in a nice upright position. All right, and we're just going to squeeze that down. Bit of twist, and then you can just pipe on anything you want. I'm going to do something like that. I like lots of cream cheese frosting. I don't know about you, but I'm like crazy about this stuff. I want to top some of these off with a little pecan right in the center. I'm only going to do every other one because I've been instructed by some members of my family that they would rather not have pecans in there. So you can do what you like. There you go, guys. You got to try these. These are really, really delicious. In fact, I can't wait to just take a bite of this. They are so decadent. And who cares if they're gluten-free? I mean, if they taste great no matter what. It's light. Just like a cupcake should be, and like I said before, the maple comes through on the cream cheese frosting. It's delicious. Not too sweet. It's perfect. A lot of flavor. I can taste the cinnamon and the nutmeg. These are fabulous, guys. You gotta try them. So thanks so much for watching today. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click that button right up there, and that way you'll be notified of new videos as they come out every week. And also you can get the recipe for this right down below in the description. Just click the little button that says show more. You'll find the recipe there, and you'll find a lot of other information, my social media links, and my website link as well. So thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.